Save your money, especially if you want to go on the entrepreneurship route, because you're not going to get a check every 2 weeks. So those checks that you do get, utilize them, reinvest it back into your brand, and treat the real world like the classroom, because those same collaborative fields is, what makes the business go round. So in terms of what inspired me to launch my luxury clothing brand, it was honestly growing up. I always loved everything fashion. I'll never forget one day, it was career day at school, where it was everybody got to dress up and had to decide what they wanted to be. Me, I just went home and got creative and made my own outfit. Definitely made me, love fashion even more. So my first internship was buying an allocation, which was like sales analysis. So figuring out down to, small, medium, and large, what consumers wanted to buy, and then trends in the market. So knowing, how to identify who your target audience is and how to apply that to your brand or the brand that you're working with.
As a fashion designer, how do you keep up with trends while maintaining brand?
Honestly, I like to travel, keeping my eyes open to what's around me, whether it's architecture, I love buildings, nature, other designers, everything keeps me inspired. So just getting out and about. Some challenges when I launched my brand. The first thing comes to mind was honestly just hiring people. It's hard to find a lot of people that are talented and hardworking and don't have to be micromanaged. The second one would have to be money, because I feel like there's a lot of talent out there, and if the resources was there, it'd be a lot more opportunities present. So stay tuned. I'm honestly working on a few grants, that way up and coming small business owners will have a lot more opportunities to, expand their knowledge and their product list. Some top issues that I see most brands experience would have to be the samples and production and finding their sourcing. The sourcing is like the fabric, so making sure that the fabric can always be restocked, a good quality, to ensure that the right profit and the margin's there, and in terms of, a fast turnaround. As a fashion designer, luxury means to me just quality, whether it's the craftsmanship, what the brand stands for, just overall, a luxury feeling, rich. I would have to say my top 2 fashion influencers would be Olivier from Balmain. Just seeing somebody so young at the age of, I believe, 25, be able to take over such a big creative house like that and maintain its image over the years, not only to stay true to it, but still innovative and inspiring to the other trends that are around. And then on the styling tip, June Ambrose, just seeing her, dominate the New York streets and stay true to her own style and always express it. So my brand is definitely about looking at diverse body types and being inclusive. We go up to a 2 to a 4X depending upon the size and the style. And we definitely do our individual fit models with those on the plus size scale to ensure that the fit and accuracy is there. And in terms of inclusion, I feel like you want to rock it. Coming from a corporate background, we left it up to a guy or a girl in our office to decide if something should be, for a man or a woman. So as long as you feel comfortable, make it you. Customer feedback to me is super important. I have a lot of friends, a lot of family members, the styles that I'll drop, they, voice their own opinions about how the next one should be or what I should have done. And I'm like, I always take it into consideration, because it could be a hit idea, but I always in turn break down, the cost to them on how it could or could not play out due to, my brand's own knowledge and the cost that it may be to do it. The most valuable lesson that I've learned since starting my clothing brand would have to be just learning to make connections in various forms, to never give up and to be patient. Whenever I got a new project, whether it was, a bag or a shirt, the new material, not stopping and knowing that that next closed door could lead you to an open one. And honestly, in the fashion industry, a lot of times people are open to refer you to someone if they're not able to offer the service. So just being a team player. Yes, budget. When I see this question, budget, honestly, it made me think, because I feel like every business needs one. It helped me to understand that we can still get the client's vision across, but maybe offer it in different price points or options. So let's just say that a client wanted an extravagant jacket with a ton of beads or zippers. Maybe, tone down on the zippers and offer that at a later time to see if that's what their customer wants. So still finding their niche, but maybe not right now. So in terms of sourcing the materials and finding suppliers, really just getting out there, finding new ways, new materials. I definitely look up to the younger demographic. I'm 29 myself, but I feel like the younger ones, even in terms of like AI and those different forms of technology, are really pushing the barriers. So always keeping an open lens on the next new thing out there. So in terms of the future for fashion designers and stylists, I would say for stylists, just really pushing innovation, a lot more collaborations, trends, maybe like forward word productions. And then for designers, just really, on the same tip, pushing trends and dropping more impactful drops versus seasonally. I think the pandemic had a lot more people open to less fashion shows and more impactful designs. So excited to see what the future brings. Yeah, so example of when I face the creative block all the time. But when those times come up, honestly, it was like 6 months after my first drop. I feel like I was so amped up and excited for the first one that I was looking forward to the next and really just didn't get to analyze it. So just take time away from your craft, realize that it's fun, it's clothes, not saving lives at the end of the day is what my old bosses said, but just make it fun and take that time to, get back to other things that you enjoy. So for Icy Essentials in the next 5 years, I would like to expand internationally and open up a store and really continue to give back. I think that a lot of people can learn from one another, whether it's in different fields, especially, fashion. So just give the opportunity to more up and coming designers. What advice would I give to young designers and the younger me would be to save your money, especially if you want to go on the entrepreneurship route, because you're not going to get a check every 2 weeks. So those checks that you do get, utilize them, reinvest it back into your brand, and treat the real world like the classroom, because those same collaborative fields is, what makes the business go around. So one thing that I would like to bring to New York versus LA is more fashion cutting designs. I think, I've lived in LA for 6 years, interned out there. Great experience, will always go back, but New York is the fashion capital. So definitely want to eat, sleep, and breathe fashion.